Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then, hi! I have this mould and I've been wanting to do this mould for such a long time. And now it's time, because time is now almost Halloween. Yay! And you cannot see what this mould is. No matter how many times I turn that round and faffed with it, you can't tell. So I'm using AquaCast. I am not measuring it. I've kind of got the gist of it now. And I'm using the cup to mix it up in. Yeah, this took more than I expected. I did the whole measuring it off their website thing, but I never got the right amount. It was always under. So I thought, well, I might as well just do it my own way then. This is to say thank you to my members. You're all awesome and I appreciate you hugely. Thank you for sticking with me. So I've mixed the first batch and that's it. It only goes up a third of the way, but I squeeze it a lot just to make sure that it goes into all those little crevices. And usually that works. Usually that's enough. And a bit of tapping, but I don't know. Oh, excuse my head. I do apologise about that. I did not realise I'd got myself in camera. That's me not brushing my hair and sticking it up in a bun. Whoopsie. I had to get some more AquaCast and it's just in my pot underneath my desk. So this is the second lot and it's still not enough. So I end up having to make some more. Now I could have just made this in black. I could have just added some black to it, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it first. Whether I was going, because this is a lady, whether I was going to leave the face white or paint it all black and then dry brush some white in. So I thought I'll leave it white, that way I can make my mind up after. So I filled it up and then I filled up this with the leftovers. These are for a different project, which hopefully I'll be doing next week. Probably next Thursdays. Yeah, if I can get my backside into gear. It's now what? 12 on Monday night. And I'm now doing the voiceover. Yeah, for tomorrow. Which is not a problem. The voiceover bit's the easy bit. I just waffle and talk nonsense. Actually editing this thing is the hard bit. So now I'm leaving that to cure. I nearly said dry. So these are little cards. The aces from card set. I didn't want the other bits, but I did the heart because I'd got that little bit left. It is quite a cute little heart actually. That can be added to anything. And this is a hand. Now, there is a name for this hand. It's palmistry, I think. So yeah, these, you'll see it end, but you won't see me do anything to them. Now, this mould is nice. It's very easy. You just pull it up, flip it over, push the bottom, and then just stretch the heck out of it. It's awesome. I love these type of moulds and my hands do too. So turn it back inside out, the right way around, and voila. Love it. Only problem is I didn't tap it enough. I really did not tap it enough. There are bubbles everywhere. There are so many holes, it's unreal. I first start going with my nail file because I usually use the nail file when it's still damp, and it takes off the excess of bubbles, it's a lot easier. But there were so many that I thought, stuff that, just get your nail grinder out and we'll use that. Now, of course, my nail grinder has been used on all sorts, so it's a bit milky. But that doesn't matter because it's all getting painted. I did, however, lose some footage of me painting it black. But that's the boring bit anyway, when you just paint black, just black, solid black. So it was okay, I weren't bothered about that bit. And this does actually do an absolute marvellous job. And I changed the end of it to a more pointy one, so I could get into all those little nooks and crannies. And I must say, as a candle holder, well, that's what I'm using it for. I assume that's what it is. It could have actually been a candle mould, but she's got a flat head, so you can put a candle on top. So I did. Of course, it's AquaCast, so you can have a flamed one. Although, I think one of these days I'm going to see if I can do with that I did with the skull and make a recess with polymer clay, because I think it needs not to be knock-offable, if that makes sense. Because at the minute, excuse me, you put a candle on there, and if it's a flame one, if anybody knocks past it, it's over. Maybe I should just put a battery one on in future. I don't know. But this lady, I left the eyes, I left them white. These pens are from Tracy, and that is not a cup of coffee, that is black water. I know I like it sludgy, but not that black. I do like black coffee though. The pens are from Tracy, and I will talk about them in Thursday's video. I'm kind of working backwards here. I did go straight in with the purple flash over the black. I didn't like it. It needed something else. So I don't continue to paint them purple flash, although I do like that purple flash. It is a nice colour. But I am going to change it up. I even tried the pink and I'm like, no, don't like that. So I'm going to change tactic in a minute, because the whole face needs, well, she needs lightening up. She needs to be seen. And she is a skeleton. She very much reminds me of Emily from The Corpse Bride, but I didn't want to make her blue and do her like a copy. So I've left her white. Well, grey. I've made her look like stone, really. I mean, I think she's lovely. I love this thing. I could see me making lots of these in different colours, and probably doing an Emily one anyway for myself, because I love that film. I love anything Burton. But yeah, I don't know whether to stick her eyelashes on. She definitely needs something on those eyes. Or maybe some glow-in-the-dark paint. Oh, I don't know. I can't make my mind up. Now, I did try and use my finger with this stuff. It's a silver paste. Oh, it's very nice. But I couldn't get into all the little detail bits, so I used a brush instead. And I actually quite like the effect the brush made, because it made it look more... Oh yeah, that brush that just fell apart. It made it look more metallic. Now, I don't know what I'm looking for, what word I'm looking for. Now, this is her veil. Now, if I'd have put it on with the finger, it would have been more shiny, more in your face. But using a brush meant it thinned out more. So it's more, gives the illusion of a see-through effect. Oh, it's beautiful. I really love this stuff. And because it's black, I'm struggling to see the detail. So you probably will see me make a mess a few times because I'm just not quite able to see it. I have got a magnifying glass at the side of me with a light on. I can't even see it through the magnifying glass. I struggle to see through that thing. So that was a dud buy. Anyway, I'm going into all the little nooks and crannies with the silver, but trying to spread the silver around as much as possible, and also trying to avoid the roses at the bottom. Now, I also think she needs a beauty mark. Let me know what you think at the end. Does she need a little beauty mark? Just above her lip? Because although she's a skull, she's got lips. Well, she has now anyway. She looks very fierce. I really like her. And Tracy sent me a flower with resin already in it, and I've sat her on top of it, and oh my god, it just sets it off beautiful. So I may end up changing these roses I've already painted to red, which won't take 2 minutes, but it just looks lovely underneath it. I really like it. It matches well. And I'm still trying to get into the little bits and bobs, but now it's time for white. And this is where the magic happens, because now you get to see what her face looks like. And she's so pretty. For a dead, boneless, bony girl, she's so pretty. I really, really, really like it. If I can get any more of these, like similar to this, they are so going in my cart, my basket. It's so nice. I'm such a skull person. I'd rather have a skull than chocolate. And I like chocolate. So I put in the first coat of white, but because it's on black, it doesn't look very bright, which is exactly what I wanted. But you can see that her face is now coming to life. She's just, stunning. I want to say Le Muertos. Le Muertos? Oh, Day of the Dead. She's the Day of the Dead kind of skull. I did used to know what that was called, but my brain does not want to say it now. I know mort is dead or death, but it's Day of the Dead in Spanish, I think. Oh my god, it's late. My brain farted and disappeared. But you can see how pretty she's looking, and I'm just going in with a bit more paint just to highlight certain areas, just to make her have those extremely pointed cheekbones and top of her chest, just to look a bit more bosomy. But I want to put white on quite a lot of things, just to emphasise and be able to put colour on. Now, her lips do get changed a few times. 1 minute the pink, 1 minute the red, then I smudge the red, so I'll do a red again. My hands are all over this, and I can't wait for things to dry. I just get on with it. So I do end up getting covered. But just look at those eyes. They are stunning. They really show up. And I'm putting the white on the flowers and the leaves. Well, some of the leaves, just to highlight them so the colour will show up more. Although with the flash colours, if you put them on the similar colour, like if you put purple and then you put the purple flash over the top, that's when it looks really, really good. It's not good on its own. I find it's very thin when you're painting on its own. You need to have a darker colour behind it. But in this case, the black was too dark. So I'm just highlighting these roses too with some white. And what I'm going to do now is put some more highlight on the face and some lips on, and change the roses to pink. Now the reason the pen's there is because I used the black pen. I changed the nib to make it the fine line, and that's how I did her eyes, so they would stand out more and I had more control than I would a brush, because my brushes, they're very thin, but I struggle to hold on them sometimes, and the thinner the brush end, the thinner the actual stick. Oh, it's an absolute blooming nightmare. It really does drive me nuts. So, like I said, I needed the finer detail. I'm using this mat to paint. I have got a wet box. Wet box? Is that what it's called? I've also got paint palettes. But for some reason, I do like to do it on the mats. And this came in Tracy's stuff. And I didn't want to do it on my blue mat, because my blue mat is almost like new, except for the super glue spot. Whoops. So I put that down just to, tell me where I were and to keep my blue mat clean. But she's so pretty. Just look at her. I mean, if I can find the mister that goes with her, I'd be in my element. Because I think that'd be brilliant. She is just a dream to paint as well. AquaCast, I love painting AquaCast. It's dead nice to paint. Not that any others are rubbish to paint, it's just, I just like it. And although I haven't got the original finish on it, because I've sanded most of it off, it actually painted better. Doesn't feel as smooth as it did, but it painted better. The highlights, I had to put purple hair on. Well, lilac-y colour, I suppose. Just a little bit of colour, not too much. I didn't want to make her garish. I wanted to be the beautiful bride that she's supposed to be. And I think it worked. Just understating the colours. I did change the lips. That's pink, I don't like it. And I do put a little bit of eyeshadow on, just a tiny bit of the lilac. But it makes her eyes stand out more, noticed. She's all ready for the wedding. And then obviously, she must have been murdered. A bit like Emily from that film. That's just gone out of my head, even though I've already said it once in this video. Yeah, that one. Corpse Bride, Jesus. So, I'm going to do a little bit of titivating, adding some little tiny bits here and there, like changing the lips for a start, and putting some, I was trying to figure out where to put some more red, because the red just, well, it's so nice. It's like a burgundy colour. So nice. There's so many colours in this box. It's so good. Did anyone ever love pens as much as I love pens? My husband thinks I've got some sort of weird attachment to pens. I can't help it. I have got pens I don't even use. Yeah. Because I just look at them and think, oh, you're nice. I don't know why. But now I'm using this green, and this green's also awesome. Especially over the black. Because it just gives that dulled down effect. I didn't want them to be in your face bright green. So because the black's behind it, it's made it more subdued. Ooh, big words. But yeah, I enjoyed painting that one. And you don't have to be a master painter. You don't have to be brilliant at anything. I love paint, I love pens, I love anything that makes colour. And I can paint, I can colour, I can paint with pens. You just find what's good for you. There's no right or wrong. Art is subjective. Is that the word I was looking for? Oh, I don't know now. But you know what I mean. You may think something's rubbish, somebody else will think it's wonderful. We all have our own tastes. And I'm just putting a bit more white highlight in just to give her that chiselled look. And that's where I smudged the red. So now she looks a bit tarty. If I rectify that, it's not hard to fix what you've painted over. So I'm just highlighting these. It looks like stitch marks, but they're not stitches. It's where the join of the teeth are. So I'm going to take some photos. Let me know what you think, and I will put a candle on top too. And I shall see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.